Hello everyone, I am going to make a video explaining your final project here. So hello, I'm not looking super great. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm making this on Sunday, but I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. Keep crushing that missing work. And before I even explain the project, I'm going to wait a couple days before I submit the reading guide because there are a lot missing. So please get those turned in. Remember, no late points, so it's not a huge deal if you turn it in late, but if you never turn it in, it is going to be a huge deal and really affect your grade. So get those turned in. I'm entering work as soon as I get it, within like a day or two. So grades are pretty accurate. But let's dive into this final project. So no essay for this, but you will use your reading guide and the book to kind of make a little presentation PowerPoint of the book we just finished, The House of the Scorpion. So I'm on the calendar here now, as you can see. So what you need to do today, whether you're in first, second hour, or seventh hour, so the first part of the week here, is I will show you all these links in a second, but I made kind of a fun virtual classroom. Just a way to find links. I was really bored last week. It's super cute. You can actually click everything in the classroom and it'll bring you to a different link, but just if you're bored, just a fun thing to do. Else feel free to bypass it too. But you'll watch this video, which I will link here in the calendar in a second once I finish recording this. You will look at my example of the project. I've actually made an example for you, just because I thought it would be easier for you to kind of visualize what you need to do. And then you will start working on your final project. So your final project is like a Google Slides presentation. I've made a template and shared a copy with each of you, and then you will type on that template, add your own quotes and analysis and ideas and pictures, and then you'll submit it all here on Schoology. If you are in first and second hour, your project is due Thursday night. If you are in seventh hour, your project is due Friday night. So get that done. If we just scroll down here quickly too, you'll notice the rest of the week is just more work time on the project, and then next week there is no more extra work. The last week of school is completely for catch-up. So all missing work is due June 4th at 11:59 p.m. That's a hard deadline. So really, really work hard, and I'll make another video next week to explain. There's a couple more things you'll have to do just to wrap up the yearbook. All right, so here's the calendar. Let's go to this week's folder. May 26th to May 29th. We are almost there, folks. All right, so the first one, here's that virtual classroom. Some of you are going to make fun of me for this and think I'm crazy, and I kind of am if you haven't realized, but look how cute this is. It's adorable. So view this, if you click on right here, or if you click on this little box with an arrow in it here, it'll go full screen, but click on this, it's kind of fun. So I tried to make it look like my actual classroom and put the Divergent posters, but you can click for my example. There's some things to know written up on the whiteboard, and actually if you click on any of the objects in the room, it'll take you there. So for example, if you click on, let's see, if you click on this lamp, it takes you to the song Lights. Get it? Because lamp. If you click on this Dauntless poster, it takes you to a YouTube clip, the YouTube clip where Tris picks Dauntless. So kind of fun. But again, that's just me being extra. So, but let's dive into this though. So I'm not going to show you guys my example in this video, but please know that this is here. So please look at this. I've given you examples of how your slides should look, examples of how to write your not paragraphs, but your sentences that you need to, and how to kind of format things. So please look at this. Just be sure you can't use my quotes. You can't use my ideas. You can't use my quotes. That's plagiarism. But it's just an example. I wanted to help you guys. So your final project is here. So you'll click on this. It's just like we did for the reading guide or the essay organizer. You click on this, click my document, and it will take you to your document. But I'm going to use this project template here just because it's full screen. You can see it better. Please, please do not use this. Don't make a copy and share it with me unless your actual Schoology assignment does not work. Okay, so remember, this is just like a backup in case you have any Schoology problems, but you're using the final project. You're typing on the document I created for you and submitting it. You're only using this template if you're having any sort of Schoology issues. I even put it up here in the title. But your project will look like this. Again, remember, if you want to make this full screen, click on the title here, or click on this box with an arrow, and things will become full screen on your Chromebook or computer, whatever you're using. But All right, so this is the presentation. So the first slide here, all you have to do on this slide is you need to add your name. So put by and click on this and type in your name. And then there's some directions here for you. So change the color, maybe add a theme if you want to, change the font, and you have to have at least one picture on your introduction slide. I would love to see a selfie. My example has a selfie, but just one fun picture here. And then this goes for every single slide, but delete everything inside of the asterisks. So basically when this slide is done, all it's going to say is the House of the Scorpion final project by, it'll say your name, by Michaela Hench, and then it will maybe be a pink background with green font and it'll have a selfie of me. You'll delete all these directions. So everything in the asterisks on every following slide, after you've done what you need to do, you delete it. Okay, slide 1. Slide 2 is your book reactions. So all you have to do, follow the directions. Explain what you thought of the book in at least 2 sentences. Why did you like or dislike it? If you hated the book, I do not care. You're not going to get points off for saying you hated it. Just explain in 2 sentences why you liked it, explain in 2 seconds why you disliked it, and add a photo. It can be a photo of you, it can be a photo with a thumbs up, a thumbs down, a photo with 5 stars, a photo with 1 star, a photo of the book, whatever you want. All right, then we get into kind of the meat of this, and you're going to want to use your reading guide. So, reading guide in your book, you're going to want to have out. The first slide is all about the character section of the reading guide, so it's all about Matt. So you need to find, on this side of the slide here, one goal he had. It can be from any part of the book. It can be from the first page of the book or the last page of the book. But find one goal that he had and type that in. So you're going to type in some direct quotes here. So just type in your quick sentence. Maybe on page 3, Matt says he has a goal of escaping the house he's in with Celia. You'll type in that quote, and then you'll tell me you found it on page 3. So if it says quote here, all you have to do is type in your quote and put the page number you found it on. Then your explanation, just answer these questions. What do Matt's goals say about him as a character, and why did you choose the quote that you did? So just explain a little bit. What are the goals he have teach us about who he is as a person, and why did you choose the quote you just did? Then you're going to do the same thing for conflict. So one quote in the book where Matt has a conflict. Matt has a ton of conflicts. This can be a small conflict or a huge conflict. But one quick quote with a page number, and then explain it. That's the character section. Then you'll go to community and society. This was a section of your reading guide. You have to have 2 quotes. So again, I don't care what part of the book they're from, but find a quote where it talks about how society is structured. Maybe it talks about El Patron being in charge, or it talks about the Egypts being at the bottom, or it talks about there being servants. Just something where it talks about that structure. Find 2 quotes with your page number, and then at the bottom, explain. Explain both of these. So eventually what you're going to do is when you find your quote, you'll take what's here and you'll delete it, and then you'll type in your quote, put your page number. You're going to keep this title where it says quote 1. But I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm going to spot check this just like your essays. So please make sure you're not lying on your page numbers. The next section, so you just have to find one example of someone using power to strengthen, someone using power for good. Have your quote, page number, and explain. And then one quote from anywhere in the book of someone using power in a bad way. People do that a ton in this book. And then explain. So it's kind of like a mini essay, but way easier and shorter. This should not take you a long time. Notice these slides too, you don't have to put a photo if you'd like to, just to make it more fun and add transitions and all that jazz you can, but you don't have to. And then themes. Read these prompts carefully, but you're just going to write 2 sentences about controlling one's fate and 2 sentences about what it means to be humans. I just want to highlight here. So you do need to use examples from the novel, but you do not need to use exact quotes here or page numbers. So just kind of talk about, for controlling one's fate, talk about maybe Matt having control of his fate or not having control of his fate. Use examples, things he does, but no page numbers, no quotes are needed. If you want to, you can. Same with what it means to be human. So answer these prompts, but quotes are optional. And then your conclusion slide here. What was your favorite part of the book? So again, you'll delete these instructions and type in what your favorite part of the book was, and then make a prediction. What do you think is going to happen next? And make sure you have a photo here if you want to put a funny one or it's another selfie. I don't really care. But just the big things I ask here is make sure that your quotes are accurate. Make sure you have the accurate page number. Explain thoroughly, and just try to make this a little bit visually pleasing. But yeah. This is due. Check that calendar. This is our last big assignment. Well, it's our only assignment of the year. To reward those of you who just watched this entire video of me talking, if you send me a COG message or an email with a photo of a cat, okay? I don't care if it's your cat. I don't care if you Google a cat, but if you send me a picture of a cat, I will give you extra credit points. So don't tell your friends, but if you just watch this whole video, send me a picture of your cat and I'll give you some extra credit points on this project. This project is worth 30 points in the reading and writing, the 60% category of our grade. So this could be a nice little grade bump if you get some extra credit and do well in this. Yeah, if I go back to the folder, a couple last things I want to remind you of is please, please, please look at my example. I'll just go to it really quick. I know I said I wouldn't, but I had a lot of fun with mine. I put a selfie in it. I put my Bitmoji in it. And I added some tips too. So on certain slides, I put reminders, but I totally just did this how you would. So please look at this if you need to. And then if you have any questions or any concerns, or if you're lost or you need help on the reading guide, please let me know. But have an awesome week here, and I am here for you. So if you need any help, if you're confused, don't struggle with this, send me a message and we'll work through it together. Have an awesome week. I miss you guys.